Okay, so now that that's golden and cleaned up, it's time to finish the bash bar to attach to there and get the old jack point switched around. I'm going to mount this to the bottom and then flip that around to the top, cut those two pieces off, and then that'll be the jack point. I'm going to reutilize some of this metal because it's super thin wall, nice and bendy, obviously. This is what it's supposed to do. I'm going to run 2 bars out of here to, where'd those plates go? To more of these bolt-on style plates so that I can build a very thin walled bash bar that goes along the side and back. And we'll attach to the rest of that, and then our rear end can be considered done skis. So I welt up these two thingamajiggers, and they're gonna whelp onto right here, like that, on both. And then the bash bar is gonna attach to that, so that is also replaceable. Hot damn! Got those tacked on. Now comes my least favorite part of doing all this. I actually really enjoy doing the fabrication stuff, but what I don't enjoy is taking everything apart and putting it back together and taking it apart, putting it back together, taking it apart, putting it back together. Like, the end product's cool, but I guess that's all just part of the process, and it's not my favorite part. So now I gotta put the bumper back on again. Not that that's difficult now. And figure out the distance between this and that bar right there. So I'm gonna do that right now. After much effort, trial, tribulation, it's solid enough to hold the bumper for sure, but flexible enough to where if I do go into something or somebody hits me, then it'll just bend out of the way. Hopefully I can bend it back. If not, it's literally conduit, and yeah, it's not that big of a deal. So that's pretty sweet. Except for the only thing I really messed up on is I really need to weld. Ow, that's hot. I welded this to the back plate and the front plate, so I'm gonna have to cut that, and I accidentally welded that. So now I need to unmarry those and just get it to the front plate, and should be good to go. After much effort, trial, tribulation, it's solid enough to hold the bumper for sure, but flexible enough to where if I do go into something or somebody hits me, then it'll just bend out of the way. Hopefully I can bend it back. If not, it's literally conduit, and yeah, it's not that big of a deal. So that's pretty sweet. Except for the only thing I really messed up on is I really need to weld. Ow, that's hot. I welded this to the back plate and the front plate, so I'm gonna have to cut that, and I accidentally welded that. So now I need to unmarry those and just get it to the front plate, and should be good to go. The whole point of this is to just be able to hang the bumper right here so you can do the sides, and it just makes life a lot easier while it's doing that. So that's really all that is. Well, it was much easier to put on that time. I am extremely stoked with the way that this rear end has turned out. Much easier to get on and off than the last one. The fuel cell is better than the last one. The bash stuff is better than the last one. The taillights are better than the last iteration. The only thing that got saved was the trunk, and even it got modified to have the old dry brake. But you could stand on that and you'd be absolutely fine. Now it's just time to focus on getting the radiator to fit right. and I'm able to be driving in no coast. Hot damn. Oh, took a day off, went riding bikes with the kid, cars and coffee, stuff like that. Back at it now, and today is tackling mounting the radiator. So I got to get this way trimmed up. That's got to be like half the thickness so that we can get that in there. Excuse me. And then got to get that in, angled, and then I'm going to build a bracket around the outside of the radiator that's going to have 2 holes that go up in the top. We're going to weld in some spikes. It's going to slide up into that, and then the bottom bracket is going to bolt on from the bottom. So that's the plan, and I'm sticking to it. So here we go. Okay, so now that those are sliced down to the appropriate sides, I had kind of a happy accident. The mounting tabs for the old radiator I'm going to be able to reuse and just weld a bung in between there and there, hopefully. And if I need to resituate those out a little bit, that's not too big of a deal. It's already got access to bolt that through, and then I'll build a little bracket off of here that just comes down and 90s to hold the bottom, and then put another bung there, and so that'll be 4 points of holdage with minimal extra fabrication and bars. So pretty excited about that. It's looking real good in there with the radium stuff. So just gonna need to modify the outlet. Is gonna have to go straight like that, and or up and straight to actually clear that part. But the goal is to have, and the reason why I'm doing it this way is this is going to be a 30 psi cap, and that is going to be lower than the radium overflow tank, which is going to sit right here because I already have a cutout that I'll probably have to cut more that goes right there. So we'll bolt that on, then I'll have an actual overflow, and that'll be great. And since I got that part situated, now I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the rest of the body, which means getting the old rivets out. Maybe. Okay. And the old body panels off. First time the side skirts have actually been removed from the car since I built it. Still rocking that 2F with the get nuts. So this is the doof kit when they designed this together. Sick. Front bumper is still held on by these yonder guys. Again, original since I redid the body kit. At least the front bumper is easy to get off, since it too is holding on by hopes and dreams. See better days for sure. Which should mean that, oh yeah, I gotta take the headlights off. I forgot. Alright, I bolted the bricks from the very super well done corner of that, and this fender is off the car. Phew. Been a while since the underside of that has seen the light of day. Let's just hang that right there. I gotta get the other side off. Well, she naked. No skirts, no fenders, no bumper. Just a whole lot of open space. I think I'm gonna take it back outside, pressure wash the rest of the wheel wells, and yeah. start fitting the new origins. I do wish 2F would make S13 Sylvia front fenders, but the whole car is going to be 2F'd out except for the fronts, which they don't make yet, but as soon as they do, I will be swapping these out for those. So these are the origins. Yeah, it means I have to do a lot of work to get these to fit. Okay, naked car is less naked now. Jammed those things in there because why would you want good fitment? You could see that tab under there, it's hard to focus on, is like 90 degrees to the actual mount. So those are kind of useless, but it's definitely on, and that's what it's gonna look like again. So much trimming to do. Not stoked. I mean, and there's the doof skirt. God, it's so much lower with the doof skirts, and I just love the way the doof like scoops around the wheel. It's like my favorite part. It's a beautiful thing, this 2F stuff. And I'll have to do minimal trimming on this, really, just to get that on there, and that's sick. So thank goodness for doof. While I'm on that subject, it's time for the end of an era. I'm going to be removing the rest of the livery from the hood, from the roof, from the doors, and the car is going to be back to black right there, and we're going to get it repainted by my buddy Will, and it's going to look fresh AF. So, sticker removal time. Well, today's the day to do more radiator stuff. Good buddy Wade got the bungs welded in, got the mounting points welded in on the bottom all the way around, and then put this 45 degree chonger on there, welded some dash 20s on, which we're going to reduce down to dash 16 for now because I'm not trying to spend $1,000 on hose and fittings at this point to get the car going. That'll be a down the road project, but this now has dash 20, and I can just get some adapters and not spend $1,000 right now to get this thing actually going. I'm figuring out how to get the tabs on there for that. What the exact mounting position is going to be, it's going to be pretty close to this, I believe. Then the radium surge tank is going to go here so that that's the highest point so that air can bleed. And I'm just putting in the rest of the sheet metal to clearance everything and see where it's all going to go. All the sheet metal back in, mounted up, and I spent all this time trying to clearance the sides of these, only to realize that they're extremely crooked in the chassis. Like that one's way more forward than this one is. So, like I should have done, and like I did with everything else, I should have just cut these off and refabricated. I just didn't want to mess with the integrity of the firewall, but it looks like I'm going to have to do that anyway, which is unfortunate, but part of the process. So, here we go. So the whole shroud is on, nothing's sticking out, which is great. Got the radiator in. I didn't actually end up refabricating everything, just kind of cut that out, but it's going to end up being up just a little bit so nothing is touching the chassis. I need to move this hole up and back just a smidge to give a little more clearance. As you can see, there's a little bit more clearance down there, but it's going to sit about like that. And I just need to fab off of this down to this little bung, and that should be that. Then I just need to wait for the actual shroud to come in and Scotty can get to wiring. So, got the holes drilled there. there's going to be a tab coming up from that on that side, and a tab coming up from that on that side to bolt those down. And then that is going to be welded to there and bolt off there and there. And that should hold this radiator in at 4 points. Everything clears up here. I just put the shroud in to test and see the depth. I can fit the fan on top of the shroud inside there, so we shouldn't have an issue with that. And then that's one step closer to having the radiator done, completed. I just need to shave that side a little bit so that it's the same as that side, and then get those whelped up, and then the radiator supports will be done. Okay, so that's on, that's on, that's on, that's on. Got that tab welded in, got that tab welded in, and now the radiator is officially mounted. Actually, I had an extra piece of square tube that I went out and stood on and bent. I'm not going to put it in yet because I don't know if the fans are going to clear it, but if the fans clear, then I'm going to weld this in to give this a little bit more structural rigidity. Probably leave it off the body so that can flex around when it needs to, but yeah, nice. It's all below the threshold for putting this on. Hopefully the fans will be too. I put the shroud on there and it looked like it was. So I mean, I have a little bit of wiggle room. I can hollow out those holes a little bit more and then bring this whole thing down and back if it needs a little bit more clearance room, but seems legit.